Welcome back, Rich Minds. It's your boy Reno coming back to you with the second video. And today's topic is gonna be they thought you were funny and hilarious. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder for my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, they thought you were funny and hilarious. Now, y'all already know what the famous question is. Why would they think that? All right, family, a lot of people is about to realize that you are not a game. Okay, a lot of people is about to realize that you don't play and that God don't play about you. All right, that's what they fail to realize, y'all, is that God don't play about you. And so with that being said, family, we're about to go ahead and get directly into this video. But before we do so, y'all make sure y'all leave a thumbs up on this video as well as subscribe to the channel. Yes, sir. Not only that, y'all be sure to ring in my bell so you can be notified after every single video I post. Let's go ahead and get directly into it, y'all. So number one, family, the first reason of why they thought that you were funny and hilarious is going to be the obvious. You have a sense of humor. All right, that's number one, y'all. You have a sense of humor. Now, here's the thing. Don't stop being you just because you're trying to appease somebody. Don't stop being you just because you don't want somebody to feel like you soft. Don't, stop being you just because you don't want a person to feel like they can take advantage of you. If you like to laugh, then laugh. If you like to play, then play. Okay? I ain't saying go out here and be childish, but what I am saying, y'all, is don't take away from your authentic self. Somebody drop in the comments and say, just be you. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, just be you. And see, that's my philosophy on this whole thing. All right? I'm going to always be authentic. If I want to laugh, I'm going to laugh. Okay? However, family, you got to realize, or I'm going to just say this, y'all, they got to realize that there's consequences and repercussions for any of your actions. If you steal from the store, you go to jail. If you kill somebody, you get life. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. Okay? I didn't make the rules. Now, listen, y'all. I had a friend, well, I'm going to say a classmate who I went to college with. And, he happens to be a black belt in karate. Right? Now, here's the thing, y'all. Y'all ever seen the movie The Fighting Temptation, when the big swole guys from prison came in and one of them started talking like this, right? Well, that was very similar to my black belt friend, right? Or classmate. Very nice, stayed to himself, but the dude can fight. Okay, I'm talking about he was straight Bruce Lee. All right, and so what happened was, y'all, people was taking his sense of humor, for granted, like a joke, right? People was laughing at my man. And, he would always try to stay calm. People would, hey, man, don't worry about it, man. And stuff like that. But one day he just got fed up. One day he just got tired, y'all. And when I tell y'all he peeled his muffin cap back blue, family, it was bad. Okay, it was a terrible situation. And so what they didn't realize was, yeah, my man got a sense of humor. Yeah, my man is cool. Yeah, my man laid back. Yeah, my man, he like to laugh and joke around. But my man is a black belt. And so a lot of times, y'all, people don't realize that, the type of person that you are does not reflect what you can do, right? Yeah, it don't reflect on what you can do. And so with that being said, family, it is okay to have a sense of humor. But it doesn't mean that you are funny and hilarious. All right, you don't play, and a lot of people are about to find it out right now. But more importantly, y'all, a lot of people are about to find out that God don't play about you. Somebody drop in the comments and say, God don't play about me. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, God don't play about me. And I actually have a specific video on that topic. It's actually on the my main screen. When you go to my channel, you're gonna see it right there, y'all, or it's gonna be right here down up in the corner on this video. But anyway, let's go ahead and get directly into the next one, y'all. Number two is gonna be this, family. Your transparency, right? Your transparency. Oftentimes, y'all, people ask for us to be honest. People ask for us to, be real. People ask for us to, show who we actually are. And oftentimes I feel like that's the That's going to be the main way where people are going to be able to connect with you. That's just in my opinion. I believe that we connect with more people who we feel that is relatable to us by being transparent. And so with that being said, y'all, when you are transparent, it also can trigger people to think that you're funny and hilarious. Prime example, y'all, we see Tyrese, he cry out a lot of times, and I don't laugh at the brother because I'm a black man too, and this is not about race. But when you see somebody who looks similar to you, you're going to connect, and it's going to be relatable. Once again, y'all, this is not about race, all right? However, y'all, when you see somebody who looks like you, you're going to be relatable. But even outside of a person who look like you, when a person is being transparent, you're going to be able to kind of connect with the story, especially if it's something that you've been through, right? And so we seen Tyrese go through his divorce, and the lady taking his kids, right? And him crying out. He just went viral on Breakfast Club, telling his story and speaking about how at times he wished he had his mom over all the money, the accounts, the houses, the cars, whatever he have. He says none of that can equate to the feeling of him just having his mom, right? And so what I'm saying, y'all, is that it is the transparency that people can connect to, but also it's the transparency that people laugh at, y'all. Like, people laughed at my man on the Breakfast Club. People laughed at my man, speaking and spilling his pain. People laughed at my man. And so with that being said, y'all, when you are being transparent, telling what you've been through in the past, talking about how you feel, really expressing your emotions. I'm not saying to, have your heart on your sleeve. That ain't what I'm saying, y'all. But what I am saying is, it is okay to be transparent. It is okay to speak about your vulnerabilities. It is okay to speak about, certain weaknesses, y'all, because guess what? That can be the very thing that, God used within you to help somebody else out, right? When people just start coming out and say, man, thank you for telling me this, or thank you for saying that, because that gave me the courage, right? And so oftentimes, y'all, when you are transparent, people will laugh at it. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. People will laugh at your transparency, and people gonna think that you're funny and hilarious. However, y'all, they got one thing mistaken, and that is the fact that if they think God don't play about you, and when I say don't play about you, I'm talking about if they think that he don't care about you, if they think that he don't have hands in on your life, if they think that you don't got that higher authority taking care of your every move, then they are highly mistaken, y'all. All right, you're not the one to be played with, and you are no joke. Make sense of what I'm saying, y'all? So with that being said, family, your transparency is another reason why people feel like you're funny and hilarious. All right, they're not taking it serious. However, y'all, people gonna realize that God can give it and he can take it. Never laugh at a person's situation, because you can be that same individual crying out and begging, hoping that God plead with you. All right. Number 3, y'all, is gonna be this, family. You probably had a public failure. Okay, a public failure, and so that can be like an eviction. That can be like a repossession. That can be, you not graduating. That can be you having a divorce, similar to myself, right? My marriage failed in front of everybody. And it takes strength to be able to go through that, okay? It takes strength to be able to walk into them rooms, walk into the family reunion, walk into your auntie house, your grandmama house, knowing that you have failed. And oftentimes, y'all, sometimes people won't speak on it, and hey, all praise to them. But sometimes people will speak on it and be very funny about it and act a certain way about it and try to make you feel, bad about it. Like, hey, what happened with that? You know what happened with it. It failed, right? Why y'all didn't work it out? You know why. It's all on Facebook. Okay, and so what I'm saying is, y'all, some people would think that you're funny and hilarious just because they're watching you go through your hurt. Just because they're watching you go through your pain. Just because they are watching you cry out tears. Real tears, y'all. Okay? But once again, a lot of people are about to realize that God don't play about you. And that's just something that they got to deal with. Okay? Moving on to the next one, family, is going to be number 4. And that is, public mockery. All right, public mockery. Now this right here is just as big as all of them, y'all, because y'all know who was the biggest individual in the Bible who always got mocked. All right, and that was Jesus. You know, this man raised the dead. He took the blind to being able to see. I mean, he turned water into wine. He did all these different and great miracles and performed these great miracles, and people still laughed at him. People still talked about him. People still called him a hypocrite. People still said that he wasn't the truth when he was nothing but the truth. Are y'all following what I'm saying, y'all? So when people public mock you, this is only an indication that you are who you are, right? This is only an indication that God has created somebody great. This is only an indication that people see exactly who you are, but they gotta make it into or turn it into a joke. They gotta turn it into a joke just to turn the minds of the people. All right, mass deception. Are y'all following what I'm saying? And so with that being said, y'all, they thought that you were funny and hilarious, just like Jesus. But here's the funny and hilarious part to me. The funny and hilarious part to me is that he died for our sins, and now for your salvation, you got to go directly through him. That's the funny part, y'all. See, they laughed at Jesus, y'all. Okay, they called him a hypocrite. They said that he was fake. They said that he wasn't a real, what they said, y'all? They said that he was studying witchcraft, all type of things, y'all. And the same individual who they pinned up and killed, you got to go directly through him. But no worries, y'all. He forgive all. You just got to come with a clean soul. You just got to come with a clean spirit. But this is what I'm saying. They thought that Jesus was funny and hilarious, but what's funny and hilarious is that you got to go through the same man, right? That same spirit that you killed, okay? That you put down, that you called the hypocrite. And that's the same thing with you, y'all, all right? Public mockery. People mocked you when you started your new business. People mocked you when you started doing great things. People mocked you when you started your social media platform. People mocked you when you tried to become an author. People mocked you when you tried to find love again. People mocked you, right? As if you wasn't doing the unthinkable. But I need y'all to realize something. Just because they think that you're funny and hilarious does not take away from who you actually are. Okay, but with that being said, y'all, let's go ahead and get to the next one, which is going to be the last one, and that is number 5, family. Okay, you were hog-tied. All right, let me say it louder, y'all, for my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, you were hog-tied. All right, now I really couldn't find no other way to put it. Okay, you were hog-tied, which means people have you silenced. All right. If you talk, you're probably going to get in some type of trouble, or, you know, whatever you say can be used against you. Whatever the case is, y'all. But when you're hog-tied, this means that you are defenseless. Okay. People got you tied up, your hands tied, arms tied. Hands, arms, and legs and feet. Y'all know what I'm talking about. All that stuff is tied. And what happens is, y'all, you know, people are getting up and, you know, getting giddy just because they are fighting a defenseless person. You know, it's like when people speak on the dead. I can't stand when people speak on people who can't defend themselves. They are defenseless. You don't get no cool points for that. It's almost like, you know, fighting a 17-year-old fighting an 80-year-old man. You don't get no cool points for that. The man 80 years old. The life expectancy is 70 to 80. He almost dead. Right now, you know, I know it's some people who live to 100 and stuff like that. So I'm just saying statistically, y'all, what it says, you know, the numbers, what the number says. So sticking to it, y'all, you were hog-tied, you were defenseless, right? And, you know, a lot of people seen this with Tupac when he was going through his court cases and the rape charge and the shootings of the police. He had a whole bunch of things going on, y'all. He had a whole bunch of things going on. And what really did it is when he went to prison, you know, and he was convicted not for the rape, but for, it was something else that he was convicted for. However, nobody even cleared up. The media didn't clear up any of the other things that he did not get convicted for, right? But that's a whole nother story. The point is, y'all, when he went to prison, he wasn't able to say anything. He's in prison. What can you do? You can't defend yourself, right? So this is why when he got out, he came out with a vengeance, right? And I'm not saying that he was right for that. I'm just telling y'all the case at hand. Okay. However, my man he was hog-tied. He couldn't defend himself. People could get on television and talk about him. People can write books about him. People could make songs about him. He could not, because he was hog-tied. He was defenseless. How many people on this video, have ever felt as if they were defenseless? Whether they were at school, whether they were at the job, whether they were, in the family, the friend group, whatever the case was, y'all, drop in the comments and say, that was me before. When you have felt defenseless, you felt like, man, nothing I say is going to hold up. Don't nobody believe me. Don't nobody feel me. Can't nobody even understand me, right? See, this is what happens, y'all, when you are hog-tied. You feel like you don't have no weapons. You feel like you don't even have the hearts and the ears and the eyes of the people. It's like everything you say is falling on deaf ears. Anything you show them is falling on blind eyes. Okay? Make sense of what I'm saying, y'all? This is how it is when you are hog-tied. You can't defend yourself. You are defenseless, all right? But with that being said, y'all, this is why they thought that you were funny and hilarious. And y'all know the famous question, y'all. Why would they think that? All right. The first reason, y'all, as we do this recap, the first reason, y'all, number one, your sense of humor, right? But y'all remember, I told y'all about my black belt classmate. I told y'all he pulled his what Kevin Hart say, he pulled his muffin cap back blue. All right. And he thought it was soft, but he wasn't. He was just a guy who just liked to, play a lot, right? And he was just a jokative. I think I just made that word up, y'all. A jokative, person. But they found out that he wasn't nothing to play with, okay? Same thing with yourself. You don't play. And I'm not just talking about just violence or physically. I'm talking about mentally. I'm talking about spiritually, emotionally, right? Intellectually. There's so many other ways to beat a person other than beat a person with ease, right? Number two, transparency, okay? We see what the brother Tyrese is going through. He's being transparent, and people are still laughing at him. People are still trying to make a joke of his situation as if this is not his real life, all right? But even outside of him, y'all, this is what black men, black women, white men, white women, Hispanic, Asian, whatever the case is, I don't care what race you are, people go through it when they are being transparent, putting their heart out, wearing their heart on their sleeve, or even just being, vulnerable to certain people. They take it and run with it. They take it and run with it, y'all. All right. And people will think that you're funny and hilarious. Ain't nothing funny and hilarious about that, y'all. Not to me anyway. Okay. Number three, y'all, a public failure. Like I said, y'all, maybe your marriage failed, maybe you didn't graduate. Maybe you got fired from your job, had some type of eviction or repossession, whatever the case is, y'all. You had that public failure and people laughed, right? But guess what, y'all? Everybody who laughed is about to be at the end of the line. Why? Because God is about to take you from being last to first. And listen, y'all, they won't have no choice but to deal with it. All right. They won't have no choice but to deal with it. Number five, family, which is going to be the last one. You were hog-tied, y'all. Like I said, I couldn't think of no other way to put it. Defenseless. I just wanted to say that. But anyway, you were hog-tied, y'all. You were defenseless. You wasn't able to defend yourself at that particular time. And you just felt like anything you said, did, or whatever the case was, y'all, it didn't go no further than you just getting behind the issue or pushing the issue, y'all. Make sense of what I'm saying? You was hog-tied. You wasn't able to defend yourself, and people thrived off that moment. They thrived off of it, y'all. Almost like when your big cousins or your older siblings, pin you down and you can't do nothing to defend yourself, and they laughing at you. Very similar to that, y'all. Very similar. But anyway, y'all already know how we do. If you would like to purchase any one of my books, enroll into my social influence course, book a one-on-one session with me, or I was about to say enroll into my course again. Y'all already know the drill, y'all. Any of my products, y'all can hit the link inside my description or the link inside the comments. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. Y'all keep a rich mentality. Peace. What's good, family? It's your boy Reno. Check this out, y'all. I just dropped my social influence course, okay? Where I show you how to build up your social media platform as well as become a self-published author. Understand what I'm saying, y'all? If you want to leverage your expertise, okay, you got to publish your book. But not only that, if you want to get popping and build your community, you got to build up your social media platform. And so I put that all in one course, okay? And so all you got to do is go to the link in my bio, all right? And drop in the comments social influence if you want to build up your social influence. Click that link in the bio and we're going to get you popping. Keep a rich mentality.